So I'm with Ross Perry with Drillmap. Thanks so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to start off by having you tell us a little bit about the company.
Yeah, sure. So Drillmap, we started this company, and the idea was to go and try and solve a problem in oil and gas. And what we found is that there's a ton of data out there that's not really utilized in a very effective way. It's really hard to get to, and companies really struggle with, they produce all this data, they store all this data, but they don't really have an effective way for users to get to it. So we built an application that sits on top of Google Maps, and it's really familiar with users. It's really easy. The idea is that there's a button to push, and it gets you the result.
The data points within oil and gas are tremendous.
Absolutely.
On any given day, there's just more and more coming out of the fire hydrant, so to speak. So walk us through your process of how to tackle such a huge swath of
yeah,
data.
Absolutely. It really comes down to understanding the endpoints, right? The big data is a big problem. It's not just in oil and gas. It's there's a lot of companies out there talking about big data and managing it, but the visualization of the big data and actually what does it mean? How do I use it? That's really where we come in, and that really comes down to searching for segments inside the business and really tackling the endpoint that they need, the information that's going to help them make a decision very quickly.
Is most important data for oil and gas already collected through some type of meter or monitor?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of, right? Most of it, right? But then, it's really, there's also this idea around, the knowledge that we all carry around in our heads that we don't share, the tribal knowledge, if you will. And when you are collaborating around a space, a geography, and you're doing that from different locations all around the world, it really helps to capture all of that data too, right, and capture all that information, and we do that as well.
We're here at the Surge Day in Houston, Texas, and you just presented on stage, and you showed us a demo of basically how it's so easy to look for a restaurant anywhere in the country, but that it's a lot harder to find traditional oil and gas
Sure.
information. Kind of walk us through, your demonstration of how your platform works.
Yeah, the idea is that when we looked at this problem, we're not oil and gas guys, right? We came from the software world and really the big internet space world and the big websites. And the idea was we heard what the problem was, and we just couldn't believe it even existed. And the idea that you can find a restaurant on your phone anywhere in the country, just hit a button, and I not only know where they are, how to get there, but if they're any good, right? And essentially the same thing needs to happen for oil and gas, right? I need to understand where the assets are, if they're working well, where my people are, where we have contracts, where we have interest, where land is available, where oil is available. In the end, it comes down to one thing, and that's how do you get to the oil faster?
So walk us through how you make money.
We are a subscription-based model. We have a very inexpensive subscription base. It's $99 a month, and it serves up all the data that we collect, all the public data, anything that we can think of or can find in any company. We even take requests and go out and find what everyone needs. Again, our whole goal since the beginning is to use our customers and our prospects and our meetings as our research and development. We're really just trying to figure out what is it else that we can add.
Today's a big day for Surge because it's the first class of companies, but you guys have a very long road ahead of you.
Absolutely.
As you build your business. Walk us through what the next 6 to 12 months look like for the company.
It's just going to be, Surge has been amazing, and it's been so much fun to really get kind of beat up a little bit over some of the ideas that we have, and then to see some of that come to fruition after we kind of made some changes or made some adjustments. But we're still going to be probably fundraising for a while. We did really well. We've raised a ton of money, and we're going to be fine there. But we have some pretty big aspirations, and so that's going to be a part of it. Growing our business. But all that aside, it's going to be really nice to just get back and really get some coding done, and really get some of these, all of these 800 ideas I've learned since we started Surge, get them into the product and get that launched.
And I'm sure the customer feedback has been tremendous to make sure that you're really fine-tuning the service.
Absolutely.
So that it really, so you can, hit mass market. Walk us through the customer acquisition and where you guys are today.
It's pretty exciting. you know, the pace has been insane. I think it's funny because, you know, when we first got our first no-touch clothes, someone just went to the site and signed up. It was like we just couldn't wait, right? I mean, we built something that somebody would just go to the internet and buy, and it was, you know, and it's a service and they pay, and it was exciting. You know, now we've got a ton of excitement. Big companies are excited about, you know, using our system as a content delivery system for their internal data, and, you know, they're talking about every person in the company needs this information, and, you know, I think that's one of the more exciting things for us, because that's what we thought in the beginning, and we just didn't know if anyone else would buy it.
So why are you doing what you're doing, and why does this space interest you?
You know, it's the space is interesting. I mean, we're from Texas. I went to the University of Texas. My partner did as well, and most of us did. And you know, we've been around energy our whole lives. You know, why we do this? I mean, quite frankly, we just like building really cool stuff that helps people. I mean, it's what you know, we're just a bunch of internet geeks. We like to build cool stuff that nobody's ever done before, and either that or, you know, I mean, ours is kind of a combination of a great company and a little bit of an addition. You know, so we've helped productize it a little bit.
Well, Ross, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Much success to you,
Awesome.
and look forward to staying in touch.
Thank you very much.